Okay. Live. Start. There we go. Looks like we're doing it. I think we're live. Let's check YouTube. Yep. Okay, good. Good. Ina, thanks for coming. Got our new bi-weekly live stream here. Abi, thanks for coming. Lakshmi, thanks for coming. So if anybody has any ESL questions, you know what to do. Ask them. All right. Please ask your ESL questions. That's my favorite thing. Lakshmi says hi. Hey there. How's it going? How do you like the haircut? Finally got one. I needed one for a long time. I was needing a haircut for quite a while. Finally got one. Now, let's see here. Why is this YouTube kind of weird here? I don't know. It says that it started at some other time. I don't know. Ina Mulla says, where are you from, sir? I'm from the United States, Texas, specifically. How about you? Where are you from? Let us know. Where are you from? How long have you been learning English? How do you study your English? Yeah, all sorts of questions we can answer in that one. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so the YouTube is like tracking it now. It's like, why is it saying something about 11 a.m.? I don't know. Looks like there's 2 people watching on YouTube. Who's the second person? I don't know. Call it out. Who are you, second YouTube viewer? Inola says, I'm from Pakistan. Okay, great. Yeah, we got, we actually have a lot of followers from India and Pakistan. Interestingly. I don't know why I'm popular in that area. Something about my content just resonates in India and Pakistan for some reason. I'm doing BS English. What do you mean? Like a bachelor's of science English? Is that what you mean? BS English? Yeah, explain that. What do we mean by BS English? I don't know. BS, sometimes it can also be referred to as bullshit. I don't think that's what you mean, though, right? Bullshit. What is BS English? Is that bachelor science? Maybe. But I feel like an English degree would be a Bachelor of Arts. I could be wrong. What do I know? Virpalkor. I'm just going to call you Veer. Thanks for coming. Let me know if you have any ESL questions. I think I'm going to BS Bachelor of Science. Okay. Cool. All right. I didn't know English could be considered a Bachelor of Science, because usually languages are considered liberal arts. So I think that would be like a BA. Or maybe you're studying a BS in English, right? Some other kind of Bachelor of Science degree in English. Hey there. Thanks for coming. So, we haven't gotten any ESL questions yet, but I do have some leftover questions that one of my students was asking me yesterday. All right. So we can work off some of that until maybe someone else is ready to ask a question. I was talking to that same client yesterday. I was like, yeah, sometimes it's really hard to get people to ask questions. And she's like, well, some people might be embarrassed. Sometimes it's hard to ask questions. So, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that. I don't think you should be embarrassed, though. I don't think asking questions is embarrassing. It just means that you want to know something. Sounds good to me. I think it would be more embarrassing not to ask questions. All right? let's see, what was that question that she was asking me? She had some really good questions about adjectives, adjective phrases, adverbs, and adverbials. All right, very good questions about that. Ayush, thanks for coming. Ayush, I think his picture is someone's butt. That's kind of a weird profile picture, but okay. Hopefully he's not a weird person. Maybe he is. All right, if he gets too weird, we'll have to block and kick him. Let's see if there's anyone on YouTube talking to us here. I don't see anybody yet. No. Mina came in. Thanks for coming, Mina. So yesterday, one of my students was asking me about adverbs and adverbials, and in particular, we were talking about adverbials of time. Right? I'm going to write this down on the computer here, on my little Zoom thing, right? Adverbials of time. So when I say adverbials of time, I mean stuff like next week, tomorrow, yesterday, the day after tomorrow, stuff like that. So Mina says, how to improve my writing English? Okay, sure. Good question. I think I actually saw someone else ask a question too. Can you explain the uses baffle? Okay, that's an interesting question too. Explain baffle and how to improve written English. So we kind of got two other questions here. That's great. Love it. Love the questions. Mina was asking that one. Since that's a pretty general question, let's go ahead and address that one first. Okay. How to improve written English, right? You said writing English. I would say written English, right? Written is the adjective form. Well, Mina, I would say that would kind of depend on what kind of writing you're doing, right? So let's move my little guy from here to here. There we go. That's better. So, what kind of writing are you doing, Mina? Can you tell me about that? Actually, I'm looking at my streaming statistics right now, and it says that my mic is picking up 0 decibels. Is that right? Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me on YouTube. Okay, so need some guidance on that. Can you hear me on YouTube? Okay, please tell me if you can. Mina says for official purposes, right? Official purposes. How to improve your writing for official purposes. So I think that you mean kind of like formal writing. Okay, sure. And then Ina also wants to know how to improve his English speaking, right? Pretty standard question. I get that question a lot. Well, for you, Mina, for formal writing, I'd say that there are a few different ways that you can approach this. All right. Any kind of writing that you want to improve, I think, is usually going to start with more reading. All right. So if you want to improve your formal writing, you got to read more formal writing. Look at some nice examples available online, some email templates, or some other form of examples of formal writing. All right, so you want to get nice and familiar with the general style and structure that formal writing usually takes. Right, so good writing always starts with good reading. Okay, that's what I think. Now, other than that, once you are kind of more familiar with the structures, you'll notice a few things. All right. In formal writing, number one, let's write this down on the formal writing rules. Number one, we don't want to do contractions, like no contractions. So we're not going to say I'm. We're going to use I am, right? We're not going to use your. We're going to use you are, right? So we don't want to use contractions in formal writing. That's a big one. All right, number one, try to limit or eliminate the contractions, okay? Number two, if you're writing representing a company, we want to try to eliminate I and use more we or us. All right, that sounds more formal, right? We need this, or we are doing this. Can you help us with that? All right, because you're representing a company now. It's not just you. It's a company. So kind of the royal we, the royal us, we might call that. So we want to have less I and more inclusive plural language. All right. So limiting our contractions, representing a company, we want to use more plural pronouns and stuff. And then opening and closing statements. Right. So in informal writing, we might just like get into a request like, hey, can you come bring me some chicken? All right, can you go get some pizza tonight? Right, talking to your friend or your roommate or something. But in more formal writing, we want to have formal opening and closing statements. This is also an IELTS general task 1 skill. All right, in the IELTS general task 1 writing, we are doing it kind of like a letter, more like an email, right? Who actually writes formal letters anymore? Not often, right? That doesn't actually happen that much anymore. But we can think of it more like a formal email. Dang, you know what? My computer's getting really hot. I guess streaming makes it kind of heat up. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna go grab my little desk fan from over there. Just give me 1 second. Sorry. I'll be right back. Oh, this is coffee. Yeah. Just coffee. 1 second. I'll be right back. Uh-oh, what am I going to unplug? Phone. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah. The live streaming is pretty demanding on this laptop, so yeah, it gets super heated up. So I forgot to bring the fan over here to help it out this time. So now we've got it though. So hopefully this computer won't overheat and just blow up on me or something. So like I was saying, hey there, Linda Loima. Well, thanks for coming. Like I was saying, in formal writing, we want to have more formalized opening and closing statements. right? Usually an opening statement would be something like, dear so-and-so, right? Mr., Miss, Mrs., something like that. Or professional title, dear hiring manager, dear general director, something like that. Okay. Closing statements, something more formal. What time is it there? It's 11:45 a.m. Yeah, I think it's later for you guys though. Sorry. I actually started like a year ago, I was starting this live stream later, but it was too late for India and Pakistan and stuff. Hey, Kavita. Thanks for coming. So, opening statements in formal writing, dear so-and-so, dear Mr., dear Mrs., dear hiring manager, dear general director. So we can use their surname and title or their professional title for the opening. Closing, when I have something more formal. Often I would say something like, okay, sincerely, or maybe if you're doing some kind of some sort of customer interaction, you might even have something longer like, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Something like that. So that's going to be more formal, right? More formalized writing process. Okay. Now, what time is it over there, Ina? You said you're in Pakistan, right? What time is it for you guys? Yeah, let me know. Now, yeah, here we go. Improve English speaking, right? Now that's pretty different, right? That's a bit different. Let's clear all this out. If anyone wants to see what I'm writing, you can always check it on YouTube, right? You can see what I'm writing on YouTube. Okay. Now, Ina is asking about how to improve speaking. Pretty common question that I get. I get that question fairly often. Right? Fairly often. There's a lot of ways, right? Lots and lots of different ways that we can improve speaking. All right, so let's talk about some of the more common ones. 10:48 p.m. I'm assuming p.m. Pretty late, but I guess it's not so bad. We're gonna have our time change. I think next month. Don't quote me on that. Actually, let's check that. Actually, we can check that. When does DST end? March 10th. Yeah. Great. So yeah, daylight savings time over here is going to end pretty soon. Hey, Suvo. Thanks for coming. Let me know if you have any ESL questions, okay? Yeah, so then we'll be starting at 9:30 p.m. your time instead of 10:30 p.m. your time, which is kind of what I wanted. I changed the time for the live stream, and then we jumped forward an hour because of fall. So, or wait a minute. Did we go back an hour? Wait a minute. Wait, I don't remember. What am I doing now? Well, right now I'm doing an ESL bi-weekly English Q&A live stream. Right. More specifically, we're talking about Ina's question. He's asking about how to improve your speaking, and I'm trying to get into that. When we're working on our speaking, I'm trying to improve my vocabulary. Okay, great. So we can talk about that too. That sounds good too. When we're trying to improve our speaking, just like good writing starts with good reading, good speaking will often start with good listening. Right? So if we want to have good speaking, we want to listen to good speakers. So that could be like watching videos, movies, anything is fine. Another great way to help you improve your speaking, specifically your accent and pronunciation, is to record yourself. Find something, you're watching a video, you're watching a movie, they say something, you try it, record yourself saying it, listen to them say it, listen to your recording, compare, contrast. That can also be really, really good. And then, how many languages do you know? That's an interesting question, Ina, because, what does it mean, right? How many languages do I know? I can tell you 100% I'm only fluent in one language, and that's English. Right? I'm only fluent in English. But I can speak some stuff and do some things in 3 other languages. Right? But I'm not fluent in those languages. So does that mean I know them? I speak them? What does that mean? So if we're just talking about which languages I'm capable of some communication, that would be English, of course, Mandarin Chinese, Spanish, and American Sign Language, which I learned in university in my undergraduate. I think American Sign Language is a very, very, very interesting language. Yeah. Grammatically, somewhat similar to Chinese, actually. Yeah, kind of similar to Chinese. It's actually got some interesting grammatical similarities to Chinese and Spanish. So yeah, I'm fluent only in English, but I know Mandarin, Spanish, and American Sign Language as well. But that just means I can order food at restaurants, ask for the bill, meet someone, say hello, and tell them a little bit about myself. Just the very, very basic stuff in those other languages. I haven't studied them enough. I haven't practiced them enough. Right now I'm in my master's program for counseling psychology. But once I'm done with my professional education, I'd really like to get back into learning more of my languages. I really want to improve my Chinese and Spanish in particular. Really do. Now, talking more about the speaking. All right, Ina. What else can we do to improve our speaking? I often will recommend, hey, Abu, thanks for coming. I will very, very often recommend, those chat websites like Chat Roulette or what's the other one? Wait a minute. There's another one that I usually recommend, but now I can't remember what it's called. Free online video chat websites. Let's see. Omegle, yeah, Chat Roulette, Omegle. Looks like there's a few other ones like Chat Random, Chat Hub, Tiny Chat. Yeah. Really, really good. Really great ways to practice your speaking skills, definitely. But also, you can run into some weirdos and some just internet freaks, and you can run into some really weird stuff. So you got to be careful what you're doing or how you're doing it on some of those websites. But they can be an excellent resource. Now, also the language learning app Busuu. If you do their subscription, I think they have a low level subscription where you can kind of get into contact with, say, if someone's trying to learn. Actually, what is the language of Pakistan? Is it Urdu? What do they speak in Pakistan? Let's see. Yeah, it's Urdu. Okay, yeah. So if someone who speaks English is trying to learn Urdu, then Busuu will get you guys connected, and so he'll send you his Urdu sentences and speaking, and you can tell him how it sounds, if it's any good, what to fix, and then you would send them your English stuff, and they would tell you if it's any good, or how it sounds, and then you can also like chat together and stuff. I think you have to pay for that on Busu though. I'm pretty sure you have to pay for it. So they kind of like help language learners like get connected to each other and like help each other improve their skills. Really nice. Really, really good. Yeah, Urdu. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I was pretty sure about it, but I needed to double check. Yeah, I was pretty sure about that. Yeah, but it's there's all kinds of ways for you to practice your speaking. If you don't have speaking partners, or if you're nervous about doing it online and getting on chat roulette, you could always just come up with your own dialogues and just kind of talk to yourself. All right. Also fine. Just because you're talking to yourself doesn't mean you're crazy. All right? It's not a crazy thing to do. You can talk to yourself. It's okay. Okay. Now, Suvo was asking about the vocabulary. Right? Oh, he's not here anymore. He, she, I don't know. They're not here anymore. They left before I could get to the answer or answering their question. But okay. Anyway, so if we want to work on the vocabulary, again, right, we can watch things, videos, that sort of stuff is fine. Usually people who want to work on vocabulary, they're interested in specialized vocabulary, something specific that they need for like work or maybe school. And so if it's something specialized, this is what I recommend to a lot of my students, and my paying students, is look up some podcast about that topic or that field. All right, you can basically any kind of topic or field, you can find an English podcast about it. And then you'll have some sort of experts or some people who actually know a lot about whatever that is, just sitting around, asking questions, talking, having a conversation on that topic. And that is a really, really good way to learn some very, very advanced, very topically specific vocabulary. Really good. It's challenging. Right, it's hard. Hey, Anna, thanks for coming. If you have any ESL questions, please let me know. All right. But yeah, man, those podcasts are such a good way to learn specialized and topical English. Do I have a WhatsApp number? Well, yeah, I do, but I'm not going to, give it out. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm not going to give it out. It's my personal WhatsApp. I was thinking about setting up a business WhatsApp, but I'm so busy with my semester. I'm not even posting a lot of content right now, and I'm barely responding to messages and stuff right now. All right, so I think it would just be a waste of time for me to post a business WhatsApp number. And I'm busy with my semester. I'm kind of doing my master's work right now, and yeah, I'm still doing live streams, and between semesters I think I'll be posting videos and stuff, but I'm kind of pulling back on some of this unpaid online ESL teaching, or whatever you want to call whatever this content stuff is. Yeah. But yeah, maybe over the summer, and maybe after this semester, I'll have a couple of weeks where I'll be publishing and producing new content, and so I'll keep doing content stuff. But as far as putting out a WhatsApp number, probably not. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that. Yeah, I just don't. I don't have enough time in the day for that much unpaid work. Sorry. Yeah. But thanks for your interest. Now, if you have questions or ESL questions and stuff, you could always post your questions in our question videos or send me a private message on Instagram. You don't need my WhatsApp number. You can message me on Instagram. All right, easy peasy. That's another reason why I'm just not going to do that, because it's repetitive. I already have ways to be contacted. So why add another one? What's the difference? Sorry if that's disappointing, but well, What can I do? Now, where's the pen? Pen. Here we go. How to improve written English. We talked about that. How to improve spoken English, vocabulary. Kind of talked about that. One thing that you want to keep in mind when you're working on your vocabulary is the review period. Review period is very, very important. If you're learning some new vocabulary, you want to learn it and practice it that day. You want to review it within 24 hours. And then after that review period, you want to review it again within 2 days. After that review period, you want to review it again within 5 days. After that review period, you want to review it again within a week or two. And after that review period, you want to review it again within a month or so. Okay? Hey, Fuentes Memi. Hello. Thanks for coming. If you have any ESL questions, please let me know. Okay, so just simply learning or practicing some new vocabulary is not enough. You have to properly review the information. All right, so don't forget about that. The review period is very, very important. So you want to do like maybe 24 hours, 48 hours, 3 to 5 days, maybe like 10 to 14 days, and then 28 to 32 days. All right. So this is your first review, second review, third review, fourth review, and fifth review. And this is based on some neuroscience research on memory retention. All right. So to retain in the long-term memory, you need to have review periods, spaced review periods. All right. Now, let's go over this baffled. All right, we want to explain baffled. Let's clear all this out of here. We don't need this. So someone was asking about baffled. I know you asked a while ago. Sorry, it took me a little while to get to it. So, what do we think baffled means? Does anyone have any ideas? What could it mean? I'll give everyone a few seconds to think about it. I haven't checked the YouTube. Okay, no messages. Don't be shy over here, y'all. You can send questions and messages here. I wonder who's watching. There's 2 people watching, but only one of them has sent a message. I wonder who it is. Yeah. To stop something, baffle. No, that's not what it means. A good guess though. Interesting guess. That's not it. All right, so baffle. We could have this as a verb, or baffled can be an adjective. Okay. Are you married, sir, or not? I am married. Yeah, I'm not wearing my ring right now because I'm at home. I typically wear it when I'm out. I've been trying to wear it more when I'm like live streaming and stuff, but I forgot today. Yeah. So yeah, I'm married, but that's doesn't really have much to do with ESL, does it? All right. So yeah, if you've got some ESL questions, ask that. All right. So, but yeah, I'm married. Sure, I am. I should wear my ring during live streams so people don't have to ask. All right. I should wear the ring, but yeah, it's kind of like a big thick ring. It's pretty cool though. Very, very nice ring. Let's go grab it really quick. I'll show you. You'll be jealous. Right back. And by the way, like the question, are you married or not, right? The or not is kind of like imply it, right? It's like, are you married? That's a yes or no question, right? So you don't have to put the or not. Yeah. So check out this ring. This is my wedding ring. It's really thick, so that's why I don't wear it very much, because it kind of like makes my fingers sweaty. But like, look how cool it is, though. Like, you see that? See those? These are black carbide diamonds, so they're black but still really shiny. Let's show it to the other camera too. Love this ring. My wife told me, like, okay, you pick out the ring, all right? And so I picked this one out, and it's totally awesome, right? I did a great job. And like, only after we had bought it, then we learned that this ring design had actually won some kind of like design award or something like that. So I'm like, aha, I have good taste. Right, that confirms it. Right? Yeah, but this ring is totally awesome. So it's like, it's tungsten steel with gold accent and black carbide diamonds. Pretty sweet, huh? Look at that. Isn't that cool? I love how it's like, it's dark, but it still catches the light. Yeah, this is a pretty sweet ring. Yeah, dope. Plus, if I ever wanted to be like, these black carbide diamonds are kind of like industrial diamonds. So like, if you could put them like on a drill, basically drill through anything. Right? So like, if I ever wanted to rob a bank or something, I could take the diamonds out of my ring and like put it on a drill or something, and like zzz. Right? So yeah, these industrial diamonds, pretty cool. Emery Tech, hey there. Yeah, we kind of got off topic and started talking about my awesome wedding ring, but you can ask your ESL questions too. All right, come and ask some questions for me. Yeah, come on. Oh yeah, we were talking about the verb or the adjective baffle or baffled. To baffle or to be baffled, right? This kind of means like super confused or perplexed, right? Perplexed. Like, that's kind of an interesting vocabulary term, right? But again, it just means really confused, right? So something is baffling. Could be the adjective or a verb, ing verb. So it's just like really confusing. Something's confusing, right? Like, oh, let's type a sentence example for that one. Again, if anyone wants to see what I'm typing or writing, you can always join me on YouTube. Okay. Let's see, how's the battery doing for this phone? It's at 33%. It's fine. Yeah, I had to unplug the phone charger so I could plug in the fan because my laptop was getting too hot. Yeah, it's feeling much better now. Yeah, it's feeling fine now. It was like I could feel how hot the laptop was in my fingers. That's not a good sign. Learning new vocabulary really baffles me. All right. Learning new vocabulary is super baffling, right? Just means really confusing. All right, super confusing. So again, we can use it as a verb or as an adjective. Okay, that's baffle. Let me type that down in here, right? B-A-F-F-L-E, baffle. Baffled. Baffling. All right. Really interesting vocabulary term. Very descriptive. Who wants to try out a sentence for that? Can anyone try a sentence using baffle, baffled, or baffling? Try it out for me. I'll give you guys a few seconds. Type something down. Just try it out. Doesn't hurt to try. While you do that, I'm going to eat some rice because I skipped breakfast. Who wants to try baffled, baffling, baffle? This math quiz baffled me. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So what does it mean, right? It just means this math quiz really confused me. Or this math quiz is really confusing. Exactly. It baffled me. Yeah, really good one. Nice. Who else has some ideas? Anyone else want to try a baffle? Baffled? Baffling? That's okay if you don't. I think we've lost most of our viewers on Instagram anyway. Where did they go? Why did they leave? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they were baffled by the vocabulary we were working on. All right. Maybe. Or maybe they just didn't want to watch me eating. Well, as long as we lost our viewers, I might as well take another bite. Looks like nobody's gonna make a sentence on YouTube. That's fine. Maze is baffling. I totally got lost. Yeah, great. Yeah, that's another really good one. Right? It's really confusing. Exactly. Perfecto. All right. Now let's move on from here. We don't need that. Don't need this. All right. Really nice sentences there. Oh, look, Ina is back. We didn't lose him. Hey, Ina, you want to try a sentence for baffled or baffling? Well, try it out if you want. Now, well, a while ago, I was going to start talking about adverbials, especially adverbials of time. All right. One of my students, I think, yesterday, she was asking me about this, right? And specifically, she was asking, like, her behavior baffled her parents. Ah, really good. Yes, perfect. Perfect, right? Her behavior really confused her parents, right? Sure. Really good. Yeah, That's a nice one. Yeah, baffled her parents. Right, so you're using it as a verb, but you can use it as an adjective. Yeah, either way. I guess we could even use it as like a adverb if we really wanted to, like bafflingly, right? But it's pretty rare to hear it as an adverb. You could if you really wanted to, but it's pretty rare. All right. Okay. So she was asking, like, do adverbials have to start with an adverb? All right. Well, you know what? I guess first we should talk about what is an adverbial. What is an adverbial? Right, an adverbial is just a multi-word adverb, right? So if a group of words behaves as an adverb, we call it an adverbial, right? If a group of words behaves as an adjective, we do not call it an adjectival, right? For some reason, then it's just like an idiomatic adjective or an idiomatic phrase, right? So for some reason, adverbs have a special term, this adverbial, right? So it's a multi-word adverb. So usually it's like 1 or 2 words, maybe more, that together as one group function as an adverb. So one of the most common adverbs or adverbials are the adverbials of time. And like I've got in my notes right here, if you want to see the notes, you can always look on YouTube. The YouTube channel is the same name as the Instagram channel, Need Help English. So adverbials of time, they can go at the beginning of a clause. They can go at the end of a clause. And sometimes they can even go in the middle of a clause. So we can basically put them almost anywhere, right? So it's really confusing. How the heck should we use them? Right? Like, we can put them at the front, the middle, or the back. It's confusing. It's baffling. What I typically tell people is that adverbials of time, they're usually going to work the best at the end of the clause. Right? Usually it's best and easiest to just put them right on the end. Right? I go to work. I go to work every day. Right? That's actually an adverbial of frequency, but those are very related to adverbials of time, and they also are best to go on the end. I go to work every day. I go to work Monday to Friday. I go to work at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. or whatever, right? All of these adverbials of time, it's better to go just put them on the end. Every day I go to work. At 10 a.m. I go to work. Monday through Friday I go to work. Like, we can do that, but it sounds a little funny, sounds a little weird, and it's putting strong emphasis on the time rather than the subject and the action, which is not usually what we want. Okay? Usually we want to put the emphasis on the subject and the action, right? We also have like adverbs and adverbials of location, right? So in general, adverbials, they answer questions or provide information about who, what, when, where, why, or how often, how much, it's stuff like that, right? Or how you feel. Right? She went to bed. She went to bed happily. Right? Happily, that's our adverb. And it's telling us how she felt about going to bed. She went to bed in her room. Right? Another one, still an adverb. It's telling us where she went to bed. She went to bed at 11 o'clock p.m. Adverbial is telling us when she went to bed. She went to bed because she was tired, right? That's not really an adverbial. It's just kind of a because, which is also explaining why. But you get the picture here. Now, adverbials don't always have to go on the end of the clause. It's just that time and location adverbials. Time, location, and like frequency, they very, very often work best at the end. Right. Usually they're working best at the end. Hey, Ali Zashri, thanks for coming. Let me know if you have any ESL questions. We have another like 10 minutes of streaming time. Not much, right? We don't have a lot of streaming time remaining. So, yeah, ask your questions if you've got them. Okay. So, yeah, I was hoping that this discussion on adverbials would also prompt some more questions, but doesn't look like they have. Right, that's fine. No big deal. Do I want you to ask more questions? Yeah. Do I need you to ask more questions? Well, no, I don't need you to. It would be my favorite, though. That would be my preference. Okay, let's delete all this. We don't need it. All right. Let's do a little practice. Tomorrow. Yesterday. In a week. Last year. Next year. Right, all of these are considered adverbials of time. Let's try some phrasing, right? Who wants to practice this? Like maybe tell me something tomorrow. All right, so we can use future simple. Or present continuous. Continuous to talk about tomorrow or next year or in a week, because these are all in the future. Okay, so like for instance, I will do some reading for my classes tomorrow. All right, or so that's our future simple. I am reading for my classes tomorrow. All right, also fine. Ferocious Flame says, hello. Cool name, Ferocious Flame. I like the alliteration there. Ferocious Flame. Yeah, nice. Cool username, I should call it. Not a nickname, it's a username. Yeah, he says, hello. How's it going? Yeah, we got a few more minutes of ESL Q&A time if you want to ask some questions. Do you want to ask some questions? If you do, let me know. Okay. Or you can just tell me how it's going. How's it going? Yeah, it's also fine. If you want to pop in, get a little bit of socializing in, that's cool too. Not a big deal. Although my strong preference is learning something. Right? I am an English teacher, so I'd really like for you to learn something. That's my favorite. Yeah, so, well, shoot, what was I saying? Tomorrow, right? I am reading for my classes tomorrow. I will read for my classes tomorrow. Tomorrow, either way, it's going to go on the end. If I use the future simple, if I use the present continuous to talk about the future, either way is good. So using the present continuous to talk about the future, we actually really do need that adverbial of time for the future. Right, it's required. It has to be there, or else it won't work. Right, then we'll just use present continuous to talk about the present. Right, but if we stick an adverbial on the end that has to do with the future, then we can use the present continuous to talk about the future. I am going to school this summer, and I'm going to be taking summer classes. I will take summer classes. I am taking summer classes this summer. All right, in a few months or in a couple of months, or actually, it's a good question. When does the summer semester start? I'm not really sure. Let's look that up. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Texas State summer semester. When is it? I don't know. Hey, MHS Jewelers? Interesting. June, February, March, April, May. When the heck summer first class is 5:30? That's spring final exams 5:10. So yeah, I'll have like a couple of weeks, 20 days between the semesters. That'll be good. Yeah, I'll do some social media stuff between the semesters. That'll be good for people. Sorry. So, shoot, what was I talking about? I was just basically just begging people for questions. ESL questions. talking about other adverbials of time. So these future, tomorrow, next year, in a week, last year, yesterday, last week. Past simple or past continuous. I'm not sure. It's like, I went to class last week. I was going to class last week. I was not in my graduate program last year. I was not doing my graduate program last year, right? So if it's about the present, if it's about the future, the past, whatever, we're going to put that adverbial on the end. It's usually better at the end. We don't have to, but we usually will, because usually our focus is on the subject and the action. Now, if we want our focus to be on the time, like if someone actually asked us, what were you doing last year? Then I would start with, like, last year I was just working and trying to build up my company. Very, very unsuccessfully. So, like, if the question is about last year and the emphasis is on last year, then I might put the adverbial of time at the front of the sentence. But usually not. Okay? Usually not. We got another, 3 or 4 minutes if anyone wants to ask any more ESL questions. Looks like we lost MHS Jewelers. What is MHS Jewelers? I'm kind of curious about this. Is that actually a jewelry company? Let's Google it. MHS Jewelers. MHS Sun Fine Jewelry? Yeah, I guess maybe that is a jewelry company. Why would a jewelry company come into an ESL live stream? Isn't that kind of weird? Maybe they just pop into random live streams and try to advertise to people or something. I don't know. Yeah, people, they do that sometimes. Yes, they do. That is something that happens. Okay. Let's check over on YouTube. Nope. No questions. Well, I'll give you guys a couple of minutes here to see if you want to experiment with your own adverbs or adverbials. Tomorrow, next year, in a week, last year, yesterday, last week. All right. Try out a sentence. I'm going to sit here and eat some rice. I'm pretty sure that there are some people who make content, and all they do, I think, is eat on camera and just talk about stuff. Really weird. There's a lot of really strange content genres. One of my cohort, this person in one of my classes, she was telling me about, she listens to, was it Korean drama summaries? Like someone summarizes Korean dramas while baking a cake. Something like that. Or maybe it was like horror stories while baking cakes and cookies. Like she's literally just like baking and telling scary stories or telling about Korean dramas. That's her content, right? And like people love it. Really weird. Maybe maybe my social media content would be more successful if I had some kind of weird shtick like that. I'm not sure what it would be though. Maybe I'm just not creative enough. Whatever. Anyway, I guess that's it for today. Yeah, it's about 12:30. Yep. So Thanks everybody for coming. Anyone who came and asked some questions, really appreciate it. Always very helpful, very appreciated. Don't be shy about questions, okay? I want them, I need them, I love them. All right, so always feel more than comfortable to ask one. You know, if it's like a personal question or if it's something completely unrelated to English, like I might not answer, but I guess what I should say, don't be afraid to ask English questions. It doesn't make you look stupid or silly or dumb. It makes you look smart. Smart people ask questions. Stupid people pretend that they already know. They never learn. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, everybody. Let's close this down. You can stop streaming here.